Hello, everyone, and welcome to the new episode of Entrepreneurship Lab. This is your host, Nevena Bajalets. And once again, I'm here to deliver value, to share information, and help you start, scale, and grow your business and sell it and exit if you desire. In every episode, we're bringing to you different topics, something that I find important in growing the business. It can usually comes from my own experience, from experience in consulting and coaching with my clients, consulting big companies, and any valuable information I come across, even from different books I read. I try to simplify them, I try them to strategize them, put them in a system to help you take action and specific steps and grow and learn. So today we're talking about something that's super important, and that is building a follow-up system. Now, there is a saying, money is in the follow-up. But I heard from one of the coaches and mentors I had a pleasure to work with saying, add an S to that sentence. Money is in the follow-ups, not in one follow-up, but multiple follow-ups. And if you haven't, make sure to go and listen to my episode, Rules of Sales Pyramid, right? Sales Pyramid Rules, where I explain percentage and statistics on how people purchase and how many times they have to see you in order to purchase. So if you listen to this episode, if you listen to that episode now, logically, today we're going to specifically talk about how you can create the follow-up systems and what is necessary, where should you start, right? And share some fun and interesting ideas. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the podcast, download this episode, like it, and share it on all social media so other people can benefit as well. Imagine if we help one more person, we already added value and we changed the whole world, because they say when you drop a small stone into the ocean, the whole shoreline will be changed. So this is how we make impact, one day at a time, one tip at a time, one podcast episode at a time, and helping whatever is that you do in your business, either a product or service. Just focus on every single day adding value and more service to those people. It's not possible not to reach success if you consistently show up and you keep on adding value and more service to people. Now, let's jump in. That was a little bit of wisdom from me. Let's jump in and talking about follow-ups, please. And let's see, where should we start? So follow-ups are basically is a system and activities on how are we staying in front of our prospects and how we keep being in touch with our prospects, right? And people who haven't become our customer or a client yet, and those who have, right? How we keep that relationship and we get something called lifetime value, which is goal of every business. And it means you have people buying from you over and over again. They're loyal to you. So we're going to talk about that. And um, in many different episodes, I talked about sales. I talk about when sales happen. So today I'm going to be straight to the point and give you some ideas on how you can create some systems. As always, I haven't invented anything. I just read a lot of books. I go to so many trainings, work with so many entrepreneurs, businesses, CEOs, in big companies, looking at what systems do they have and use. And I try to simplify that in simple steps to bring it to you so you can just take it and implement it and use it. So, first step in building a follow-up system is that you need a database, right? We need people to follow up with. We need customers, clients, or prospects. If you don't have anyone, if you don't have a database, who will you follow up with? So first step, if you're really just starting in your business, is you have to establish a database, and you have to have a database of contacts. They can be followers on social media, email contacts, phone numbers, anything, but you need to collect, and the more you collect, the better. And you have to start establishing a database. People you came in touch with, people you went to networking events and you took business cards and yet you never reach out. So there are your potential clients and customers everywhere around you. However, you probably are not following up and prospecting in the correct way. So, the first step is establishing a database. Second step is making a contact, right? So, if you are speaking with someone for the first time, or let's say you went to a networking event and you took the business card, you established the first contact, you put them in your database. Now it's time to make a next step and make another contact. Now, one rule when it comes to networking events, since I'm mentioning this, and they're very powerful, never ever leave an event by giving your cards and not taking other people's cards. I know this rule, and sometimes I'm out in my own events. I meet so many people, and they ask me for the card, and I take the card, and I don't take their contact. Why is this important? Guess what happens? You go out there and you give 30 business cards about your business. You don't pick up any cards. And guess what? Maybe 2% of those 30, 40 people will message you and reach out to you. So what you just did, you wasted 38 contacts and you got only 2. So the rule that I have for prospecting and networking events, and then later on follow-ups, is that I make sure I have everyone's contacts. I don't leave it to chance to someone else message me. So when people tell me, oh, I will reach out to you, I will message you, no worries, they turn around and leave and forget and continue with their business, and I never hear about them again. So I made that mistake, even with this knowledge I have a couple of times. Since then, I never ever give my contact without taking their contact too, because I never rely on other people establishing a contact and building a relationship as they promised. So I take things in my hands. And after those, for example, networking events or meeting potential client customers, you have to establish a contact and you have to build that contact. Now, usually it's very good, especially if it's a cold contact, it's very good that you establish a first or second contact within 24 hours, right? But people still remember you. So if you're at an event, you come back, go through your phone, take 20 minutes, and go and message everyone, hey, this is Nevena from Lake Consulting. It was great meeting you today. I would love to give you some gifts or send you my ebook. Can you give me my email and so on? So what I'm just doing is I am moving them and asking for permission to subscribe them, to email them, permission-based marketing, right? This is what we want. And I established that contact. If you do it within 24 hours, people will remember you, and that's amazing. Now, the third step is that we have to find a way to cultivate that relationship. This is where follow-up system come in place, and customer journey, something I talk about all the time. What is my customer journey? It means how am I turning strangers into raving fans and loyal customers and clients? So cultivating the relationship now means how am I establishing a contact over and over again, building a stronger relationship, building a stronger trust with people, and to develop their loyalty, which will be our next step. I'm going to talk about that. So another thing is, I mentioned networking events, but this can apply if you do in any kind of business, any kind of cold prospecting or cold calling. You establish a contact, you have a database, or you have someone's contact or phone number. If you make a contact and within 24 hours you send them something, hey, it was lovely talking to you, thank you for picking up my phone, I just wanted to share this with you, or this is my contact if you need anything. Use that immediate time while people remember you and reach out to them to become part of their database as well, part of their contacts. This is very, very important. So there are different ways in this episode. I'm not going step to step, and this really depends on your business. When I work with my clients and companies and entrepreneurs, we look into how we can cultivate a relationship. Now, this is different if you have an app and we want your users to use the app daily, or it's different in your consultancy business, or it's different in if you are in construction business, real estate business. So there are different ways. I'm not going to go to those specifics because they really vary a little bit depending on your industry and what you're doing. But there are many different ways how we can cultivate relationship, and we create a system around that. So remember, system business is run by systems. So you want everything to be a system. Now, after I cultivate a relationship, our goal is to develop a loyalty, right? We want customers, once they have relationship and they do any kind of business with us, we want to develop their loyalty. We want to uh, have them want to work with us or buy from us over and over again. So this is your goal, and this is where the gold is. You don't want a customer buying once and then switching and not being loyal. You want them to really love your service and product so much that they stay working with you. Now, how we do that over time is by fifth step, which is implementing client appreciation program. People love feeling appreciated. I cannot really point enough how important it is to appreciate your team members, appreciate your family, appreciate people around you, people you're working with. And most people in corporations, they don't leave because of the money. They don't leave because, yes, they want promotion and they want increase in their salaries, but at the end people will go for less money, where they feel appreciated, where they feel they have a chance to grow. So appreciation program towards your customers and clients is crucial on how every month or every few months we're going to reward our customers and clients. And this can also be a trigger for them to continue buying over and over again. So this is an amazing information, and these are 4 steps that I'm going to recap on where do we start, right? And how you can look into mapping this follow-up system, and then you go and you put the specifics under each bullet point. So number 1, establish a database. What should you do every single day to add people to your database? Where can I meet more people? Where can I network more? Now, you make a contact. How can I improve in making contact? How can I add value to people the moment I meet them, right? And establish that first and second contact. Then third, you have to decide, how can I cultivate the relationship for the next step, which is number 4, developing their loyalty. Once they buy and purchase from me or do any kind of business with me, how do I make sure they become loyal to me? And then number 5 is implementing client appreciation program. So how can I be rewarding people who are my customers already and doing business with me over and over again? And this can be such a small thing like sending a card, sending appreciation, sending a voucher, sending small things, right? Collecting points for your regular clients and customers. There's so many ideas that I have right now, depending, of course, on what your business is. But there is like endless ideas of how we can do that. So focus on those 5 steps, map them out, and then for each one, put a very tactical steps on what you're going to do today and every day, and how you can improve those systems and processes as you go. Now, when it comes to follow-ups, we can do that in a couple of different ways. And I learned these different things from different books, and then I put them together. And I just recommend, so you can try and see what works for you. So one of the ideas is that you can find a way, something I read called 8x8, is that once a week for 8 weeks, I make a contact with the person. That doesn't mean I'm selling them something. That doesn't mean I am just sending them flyers and asking them to buy from me. No, I'm just making a contact. Okay, I'm just speaking with a person, staying in touch. In 8 weeks, it's unbelievable how strong relationship you can cultivate by just asking a question, staying in touch, showing interest, or sharing a little bit of value. People will already feel like they know you and build the trust into you and whatever is that your business is serving them. Okay, so this is one idea, 8x8 system. Then we have something called 33 touch, when we try and make 33 touches with people over a year. All right. Now, this maybe sounds like a lot, but if you have email marketing, if you use CRMs, automatization, CRMs and things, this can be planned ahead of time. And if you listen to any of my episodes before and you know me, I'm a big fan of pre-planning, reorganizing, and creating everything ahead of time. So you schedule it, you have everything ready, and all you have to do is keep on going and staying in touch, right? So if you look at it like once a week or once every 2 weeks, we can make some kind of touch. Now, touch is not just sending emails, right? You can do that. You can have another system where you're sending 12 direct emails to your database or people that haven't been your clients or you haven't met yet. So once a month, at least you should have some kind of contact through email. This is like bare minimum, but you should do things weekly. However, if we look at more contacts, what I recommend, there's so many reasons why you should stay in touch. If you look at holidays, every 2 weeks there is a holiday. You can send a card, you can send a gift voucher, you can send some special promotion. So you're staying in touch and in front of people. Then you organize your own thing, your business, you're giving value, you're publishing things, you can send the tips, things like that. So there's unlimited sea out there of ideas of how you can stay with your customers. Now, the secret in making it easy, like I said, is in creating ahead of time, planning and pre-planning, and then creating everything, and then you're good to go. So you can go and focus on other strategic things. Now, very important is that you should always add people to your database. You need to always be in front of new people, and you will see over time, it's so fascinating. I have been consulting and coaching for years now, and people are coming who've been people who've been seeing me and coming to my events several times, maybe 2, 3 years ago, they became my client now, right? Why? Because I am constantly in front of them. I'm constantly adding value. I'm understanding that people need to see you, like I explained in sales pyramid, several times before they build trust and the moment is right for them to purchase. And another example is that somebody I haven't met, but it was in my database, showed up at my event and told me, "Oh, I have been receiving your emails for 1.5 years, and now first time I managed to come." They were always interested to come. It's just the circumstances were not right. That's why money is in the follow-ups, because your client, it's not enough to show up once and then you disappear and nobody knows if you're still doing this business or not. You need to constantly show up for your clients and customers, be in front of them. Do not focus on if they're going to buy today or tomorrow. Focus on adding more service, focus on adding more value, and look how fast your business will grow. You're going to have raving fans, loyal customers, referrals, all because you are consistent in adding value and always being in front of them. People really thank me. Like, one of my follow-up systems are my events that I do, in-person events, and people always tell me, "Wow, I couldn't come so many times and you keep inviting me," right? I always make it an invitation. It's open invitation. They're all welcome. I add so much value, and some people, like I said, they're receiving my invitation for years. Until the time is right, they manage to come, and they're always super grateful. So you want to create a follow-up system. Is not sales, it's cultivating that relationship, building that relationship, and building trust, so people can then move towards you and become your loyal customers. I hope this was simple enough for you. I gave you just a little bit ideas on what you can go and do, but this is something we really craft up to smallest and tiniest details together. And I want to invite you just to go and try it, implement these steps, look what you're already doing and what you're not doing. Is there anything you can change or add, eliminate what is not working? So this is what I want to invite you to. This is what I want to invite you to do from today's episode. Take action. Don't just listen and then not implement anything new. The whole idea is that you take a lot of action. All right. Now, action for right now is that you like this episode, you download it, you subscribe to the podcast, and you share it because, like I said, you helping another person today by sharing can help another person, and we are then changing the whole shoreline. We are helping and contributing more and more. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'm looking forward to bring you something super interesting and valuable in the next episode. Thank you so much. Bye bye.